Hey guys, what's up? It's Jem. Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with us today because today we are doing a little speed build of a starter home in Copperdale in The Sims 4. And Copperdale is the town from the high school years expansion pack. I actually bought the pack not too long ago, mostly for the town, to be honest, but I think the town is just really beautiful, and so I decided to build a starter home there today. So, starting off with the usual things, building the main shape, adding roofs, things like that, making sure I have the main shape right that I want for the build. And I knew that I wanted it to kind of have a little room that juts out, which is that room with the white paneling on the left side. And I wanted to see if I could add a second story if possible, because if you've tried building a starter home at any point in The Sims 4, you know how hard it is to stretch those 20,000 simoleons. So I was really determined to try and make it work, and I really like it. I added these windows from Horse Ranch as well, and I've never really used the triangle. Well, it's not, just a triangle. It's kind of a weird shape, but I've never used that sort of triangular window before. So that was a little challenging at first because I was kind of nervous about it and didn't know how I wanted to implement it. But I think putting that other window below it turned out to be a good call. I added some dormers and then added this little roof piece, which I thought was really cute, and got to work on landscaping. So I made a little path that sort of was supposed to connect to the two close dirt areas, and I hope I did well for it. I think I did. And I added foundations, did a little more tweaking of the roof, and I added some of these debug trees that are honestly free, so it's a great way to landscape on a budget in The Sims. So I did that, and then I added that mailbox. I believe it's from Get Together. I don't really use it much at all. Added these cute little string lights from Cottage Living, also a debug item, so they're not normally available in the build by menu for you, but you can find them through the usage sheets or mods or whatever. But they are in the game, and they're really awesome to use. I wanted to add some sort of outdoor activity, but I didn't know what, so I just stuck with one little garden planter and called it there. I added some bushes, again using a lot of debug items to save some money on landscaping, and was able to make a really kind of lush front area. I added a couple bigger pieces of greenery in the back, and continued adding a couple more windows, and I really like what I did there with having the two windows in the front connecting, making it look like it's just one big window, and then the window on the wall next to it. Added some wall sculptures for detail. And originally I was trying not to use too many packs for this build. I tried to use mostly things from only a couple packs, like high school years and horse ranch. I believe Snowy Escape also plays a decently large role in this build. And then I got to work on kind of adding some dirt and shading the area around the house, as you can see. Alright, time to work on the interior. And I really like how I decided to add that little wall that juts out right near the front door, because that was sort of so I could add a little living or seating area. And you'll notice I didn't make this house very big. That's not only because I only have 20,000 simoleons to work with in a starter home, although that is a fairly big reason as well, but I wanted to make a tiny little house. And I don't necessarily like to make mansions a lot in The Sims, but I do make moderately sized houses. I haven't really played around a lot with making extremely small homes, so this was sort of new for me because I had to sort of use the tool mod a lot, and yeah, just use it so that I could get some items where I wanted them to go without sort of, I don't know, losing functionality, if that makes sense. Because obviously having the house be playable is still very important. And then it was on to this little seating area. And I realize now, after the fact, rewatching this, that I honestly could have opted for a small rug there, but it's a little late now. The house is already up on the gallery as I'm doing this voiceover, but it's alright. You guys can add your own rug to it if you so desire to use this house in your save. So I really love that shower that I added in this bathroom. I believe it's from Seasons. The only problem is a couple minutes from now, you'll see, started to run low on money for, keeping the home within the budget. So I eventually swapped out that shower for a cheaper one that still looked good. Used this dining table from, I think it's Snowy Escape, and added some cute little chairs. And then I was realizing that I really didn't know where I was going to put kitchen counters. So I started to kind of worry a little bit about where I was gonna make space for those. So I ended up moving the bathroom door over a lot, because you can see there's a little bit of space between the wall and the counters already, but I was worried that I wouldn't have made enough room for Sims to walk by. So I only added those 2 bar stools there so that the counter next to the wall, if it had a bar stool, that would probably block the bathroom door. So using a corner counter island helped me still allow for seating for 2 at the countertop. So that was nice. At this point, I was only a couple thousand away from hitting 20k for the house, so I decided to wrap things up add a couple finishing touches downstairs, and then quickly decorate the bedroom area, which is upstairs on the second floor. I did add a dishwasher there, but I noticed that when I was playtesting it in live mode, it disappeared. So if you want one and you end up using this house in your game, you'll probably have to add it in, unfortunately, but that's alright. That way you can decorate it how you want it, you know. Alright, on to the bedroom. I picked the wall and the flooring. Well, wall pattern, I should say. I don't know. The paint, if you will. And I knew I could only add a couple things up here, so I ended up only adding a dresser and a plant, I believe, and that was it. Oh, and a desk. I forgot I did add a desk, and I added some shelving, and with about $102 to spare, the home was complete. So yeah, that is basically all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Bye!